with the Fire King deck. Perhaps let's go into the games.
We shall see whether Julia Bayonetta can show off those cool Orcus combos. I don't think she's including the Sky Striker cards, but maybe we have cooked up something else. And Bayonetta has decided to go second here, though, interestingly enough.
I mean, the first two attempts at going first didn't really help her too much. In the second game, she really bricked it. Oh, and Josh is just showing
showing off. Alrighty, we do have Blue Eyes as our second deck, joining Ref's cards as a Blue Eyes duelist here in this tournament. Searching Majesty here, though. Hold on. Okay, we're also searching, of course, Sage with the Eyes of Blue, so we do have a good starter. Dangers into Droll and Lockbird. Is there something like that from Bayonetta's side? No, there is not.
If you get Droll and Lockbird, Sage with Eyes of Blue has a second effect where you can special summon out a Blue Eyes from the deck. You have the Maiden in the graveyard already, and you have set up the Majesty already in hand. So I think if you have the Sage, you're kind of okay versus a Droll and Lockbird, even though you would of course prefer to not get Droll and Lockbird.
I mean, you do need a second monster on the field for that, right? Don't you need to send the monster from the field to the graveyard to then get the Blue Eyes White
but
Dragon
you can
out?
activate the effect from hand. So you normal summon something else.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
And
That's
then
true.
you activate the effect from hand to special summon it.
No, you're absolutely right.
Ah, thank you.
Mausoleum of White now also making sure to send something to the graveyard, and that is the Blue Eyes White Dragon now. Not staying there for long though. Spirit of Eyes of Blue bringing it back. Let's see what Josh's take on the Blue Eyes deck actually is. I think Josh, honestly, he just felt inspired by the release of yesterday's pack, right? Because I would be expecting Dominus Purge to be in that Blue Eyes deck 100%. So he included the Dominus Impulse into the Fire King strategy, and now the Purge into this here, maybe.
Have we seen one of those cards so far?
Absolutely not.
Because that is very
None of
surprising. In the TCG, I mean, I very much assume that they're in the players' decks. They just don't draw the cards.
Yeah, very true. But for now, we're going to use the graveyard effect of Wishes, equipping Tyrant Dragon here to the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Interesting, you usually want to equip something else there to protect targeting.
The Neo Blue Eyes White Dragon, ultimate Neo Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah. And here is the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. I'm wondering whether there's a reason for going for the Tyrant there. 2 set cards, can't hurt. We searched Majesty off of the Wishes, so that's one that certainly is going to be there. But now Bayonetta, 6 cards in hand.
Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon is so incredible versus the Orcus strategy.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is just came to think of it. But Bayonetta has seen, like, we have seen Called by the Grave from her hand, which is very good against the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. We've seen Raigeki, and the combination of those 2 cards that she had in the last game and couldn't play would really help against this.
Okay.
We see activate orchestrated Barbel all the time from her.
Yes.
Basically. She always draws this card, which is not the thing you want to do with the deck, but let's see how she continues. Versus Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, a negation for effects in the graveyard is huge against Orcus.
Gyesu, the Orcus, the Magnite is there. One of the very, very powerful normal summons of the deck. Honestly, from the Orcus cards, probably the best normal summon there is, and Josh, accomplished player, of course, knows that, and therefore uses Infinite Impermanence on it rightfully.
Yep. Immediately shutting off access to this. Of course, also, if you're activating Infinite Impermanence, this is something that players choose to activate relatively early, just because, okay, we activate Bigfoot, just because it doesn't play to triple tactic talents. Maxi is being chained in response to Danger Bigfoot. We have seen Called by the Grave. We've also seen a crossout designator used earlier on a Scrap Recycler, but no, not responded to it. And we discard the Bigfoot.
But they can negate the Bigfoot now with the Spirit Dragon.
But this forces the Spirit Dragon effect.
I mean, yes, it does. Okay.
The Bigfoot on the field right now doesn't do anything with the Gearsu.
Yeah.
So I think this was actually quite good for her. Also, you don't give Josh the Maxi draw here.
That's actually very true, yeah. So we have found an answer to the Spirit Dragon. Do we now, on the resolution of that, maybe immediately use the effect of the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon? Yes, we do. Which is our target of choice here. Which is the monster we bring out, of course. The Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. Basically the upgrade, right?
Yeah. Also very, very smart from Josh to summon it in the extra monster zone, because there's a good chance that Nightmare Cerberus is a card that is being played from Bayonetta, because you can just link it off into Nightmare Mermaid.
Jackalope. Oh no! Even though Joshua is not even really executing it, he is getting those dangers out of the hand of Bayonetta there.
The Snipe Hunter is
step by step. He is snipe hunting
dangers
here for sure. Still though, of course, a way into a danger monster with the graveyard effect of Danger Jackalope there.
But you also don't know what Bayonetta has in hand. If it's like Orcus cards in the hand, then you really want to discard those. but you still have access to Nightmare Phoenix, which probably would be negated if you target the True Light to destroy all monsters on the field. But you can get the discard. We go into Galatea, the August Automatron, which would give us the chance to summon out Dingirsu. However, you can't activate that effect first because we don't have anything banished.
That is true. Majesty of the White Dragons will be activated, immediately trying to deal with the Galatea and doing so successfully. Bayonetta just nodding, heading into the end phase. Josh, not only a master of the Fire King deck, but also apparently of the Blue Eyes White Dragons. Due to the effect of Spirit Dragon, the monster it summoned out will be destroyed in the end phase. But the cool thing about the Spirit Dragon is it immediately replaces itself again. So
it's almost like it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
that way, right?
They kind of belong to each other,
Yeah.
honestly. True Light also, the original Blue Eyes White Dragon onto the field. Is this going to be another game where Blue Eyes White Dragon just attacks for game?
I'm kind of hoping because I love this animation.
The animation is beautiful.
So much. Maiden of White, of course, on the field as well. Also such a versatile card. If you're playing multiple Blue Eyes, you can now use the Mausoleum to target the Maiden of White to send another Blue Eyes from deck to the hand. And that's a pretty easy way to go to game. We're just now linking Maiden of White off into the Spirit with Eyes of Blue.
Come on, Josh. The real challenge right now is to attack with the Blue Eyes White Dragon for game.
I think
Show it to
I
us.
think we're gonna see this because this Spirit is going to summon out another Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah.
Standing in front of the tomb, looking really, really cool, threatening 9,300 damage now.
Josh, is that the battle phase? It is the battle phase indeed.
Oh, plays into Gortz. Plays into Gortz right here.
There is an orchestrated Babel on the field though, so no Gortz available.
True, and Blue Eyes White Dragon attacks for game!
The burst of destruction! Beautiful animation once again, and also the previous world champion using the powers of the White Dragons, and therefore with a completely undefeated record, deserving of a world champion, moving on to top 4 as the winner of this group number 8.
Yeah, just choosing to reveal his second deck before it gets really relevant as well is just such a flex here, saying, hey, I can just run Blue Eyes as well. You guys know what I'm going to play now soon. Also, very relevant, showing that he doesn't have a 10-pie deck.
True, absolutely, yeah. I mean, would you have expected him to bring that to the Invitational?
I don't think that he's necessarily the biggest 10-pie enjoyer. However, giving away the information that your opponent can always go first is very huge. But now you see Josh 3-0,
The final information as well, yeah.
Both qualified for the top 4. Congratulations at this point.
Absolutely so. And as we said, Josh, of course, in convincing fashion, not dropping a single game. Honestly, none of those games really looked that close even, right? He was just completely in control. Honestly, a Guardian Celta came the closest with the Maxi resolving against his Fire King deck, but then the Skyburn in the battle phase really saved it for him. So all Josh so far, huh?
Yep, Josh is absolutely dominating this tournament so far, but now we're in top 4 and you only get one of those cool trophies if you are in the finals. So doesn't matter if you go 3-0 in group stages, if you lose the top 4 match, you don't get this very cool Neos trophy. But so far Josh hasn't even looked close to losing a game, so let's hear it from him and Ed.
Here I am once again with Joshua Schmidt, 3-0 here and topping Group A, moving into that top cut here at the 3rd Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Anniversary Invitational. Now, Josh, we've now seen you piloting the Blue Eyes deck, and actually there were a couple of moments there that seemed a little bit hairy, but actually you just steamrolled through. What do you like about the Blue Eyes deck? Because it's got the new support recently.
Yeah, I find it like it's a very fun mid-rangey deck that doesn't like, you saw my end field there, like there's not that much on it, but it does surprisingly, like it has a lot of interaction from just the few things you can make. And I really enjoy that kind of play style. Like, I'm not the type of person to just like try to build like the biggest board possible, like 6 monsters, whatever. I really like the ones where you have like solid follow-up, a couple of interactions. You have to think about how to use those well. It's really enjoy.
And of course, one of the most iconic Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters ever. So worth piloting into this top cut. How do you feel about being in the top cut?
I mean, I'm pretty happy about it. I do think that it's going to be tough because I've seen some of the games from the other group. There's definitely some tough opponents there, so I'm going to try to take it down, but you never know.
Best of luck. We'll see what happens. So, guys, next we have our final 2 duels of Group B. We're going to see exactly who Josh and Colossa are going to be going up against in these coming duels. So, our next match is going to be Joker versus Revs Cards. And some of you may have seen, obviously this is one of our digital titles, but the other is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel. And Revs Cards has been part of an excellent series called Creating the Links. Let's take a look.